The fundamentals of Hallback. You might want to familiarize yourself with this. It's the way motors run. It really increases the force of a magnet. I've made videos about this several times, but I realized I hadn't made one in a while, and not many people go to the older videos. Creating stronger fields by maintaining specific spatiality, rotating magnetic patterns. It's not hard to understand. Just arrange several different magnets in a geometric shape. Magnets stack and increase each other's strength. It does diminish the effect of let's do this way. I have magnets. They're sticky. I have a chain of magnets. Now technically the round ones don't work as well as the square ones, they say. But I don't care, none of mine are square. Alright. Each one of these is worth about 1 Gauss, we'll call it, just for argument's sake. Oops. And they love to stick to each other and repel. Alright. Now, if we have a 2 Gauss magnet, say this one's 2 Gauss. And we put these two together, each 1 Gauss, they're going to be about 1.9 Gauss in most magnetic formations. Sometimes they gain more than the sum of strength. That's another technical thing. It's not even a Hallback, it's just a fact. However, for argument's sake, because I know we're going to get some, we've been there, we'll call that 1.9 and a 2. So they're really close to the same strength as a 2 Gauss magnet. Now, here's the thing that argument negates. Now they're all about 3.9 because they're almost 4 together. And if my neighbor isn't doing well, we need to get him on board because it keeps adding strength to the chain. Or the magnet in a Hallback situation. You can have 25 people overlapping. We've covered this. And the stacking shit is simple student stuff. Alright? It's just simple as that. That's where it is. Now, let's do the math. Earth's magnet field is about 500 times stronger than the human magnet. So we need about 500 people to be shield 2, 1,000 to be 3 shields. Who knows how strong it is in a Hallback array? We could really get some strong shielding going on if we work together instead of fighting each other. I'm beginning to understand a lot more about our place in creation. I certainly hope you are.
Prove. Well, Earth is round. It's actually, in truth, a little more egg-shaped. However, I'm going to show you something I discovered. And inside this sphere are a whole bunch of little tiny air bubbles. And we will see what the angular acceleration due to rotation does to these air bubbles as a function of time. What you're observing are the bubbles moving to the center axis of rotation. So in space, we have a magnet that gathers the matter around it. And in space, it's kind of cold. And that matter, like all comets and such, space rocks and such, have iron and water in it. Now, the magnet is pretty warm, and it melts the water once it starts to coalesce around it. And this begins. As a function of time, they will form this rather tightly packed bubble core. These bubbles are kept from coalescing from a small amount of added surfactant to the water. In other words, it would create a solid tube through here because the bubbles would gather together. They're just bumping off each other, and they have strengthened the skin, the retention of the water, so the bubbles are not coalescing into one. Here we have a rotating sphere filled with bubbles and tea leaves, and as expected, the bubbles go to the center and the tea leaves go to the other. Now I'll be damned if that ain't a working model for fucking Earth. Period. This is a video I've brought up several times. When a magnet has water around it, it will create a egg-shaped.
That first part was NASA. The second part is the Sora Apophis, and you're looking at him right there in the bottom right hand of the screen. I refer to him as Tattooed Monkey. He refers to himself as Tattooed Monkey. That's where I get it from. So he's arrogantly smart, but you should truly go check his channel out. He's got some really good physics going on.
Void in the frozen water. Again, it collects the matter, melts some water, the fucking water on out freezes, causes the egg shape. Along with the water comes the rocks and the iron and the dust and everything else, which coalesces, gets compacted over time, and leaves a void inside the planet where the magnet is.
Here you go. I got one for you. I got a few videos. I performed this experiment.
This is an old video, folks. I've shown this before.
Times.
And that's his voice.
Printed out professionally and hanging in a couple places in my house. You keep getting the exact same results. And I'll show you.
And you can see he repeats his tests a lot. He's a smart dude. And again, a little bit arrogantly smart. You might want to carry your Google search bar with you to see what the fuck he's talking about from time to time. He uses big words where he doesn't have to.
This little effect, and it has nothing to do with it being neat, but you're going to see a miniature sink in counter space, because right now we actually have these two accelerators toward each other with the common rule called magnetic attraction. It's not magnetic attraction because magnetism by definition is force in motion. There's no such thing as forces attracting each other. What we actually have.
Again, this is the Sora Apophis speaking. This is a ferrocell with a ring magnet underneath it, and he's going to bring another magnet down on, and you're going to see a black hole develop. Recently, NASA's suspecting that the black holes are the result of magnets around them. Well, go figure. This is what it looks like.
space and counter space. Take a look and show you. You see? I can zoom in a little bit better. You should. No one ever seen this on a Pharaoh cell before. You actually. See? I wish you could actually see it better. It's only.
It's a handheld magnet.
Really holographic. You can kind of get the effect of what I have.
Handheld.
Holographic.
It's all in his hand.
It's amazing that what we're looking at.
It is amazing.
You see,
Isn't
it's
it?
so weavy, if you will. It has layers. As I zoom in, it's a perfect sphere. It has a dark layer, and it gets darker, and at the center, it's black. What we actually have here is the closest thing, in really simple terms, to a black hole. Now, a black hole is not a black hole, it's actually a hole.
So he goes on about what a black hole actually is and just proved it.
How do you think we moved the pyramids again? Right there. That's how. We caught the blocks in the void, moved this, rotate a little bit, and it moves the blocks. That's exactly how we built the fucking pyramids, with magnets. I've been saying this, and here is your fucking proof. Right there. Right there. Watch. Boom. See? You catch it in the void. See that? Those things are fucking magic? No, they're magnet. And they operate just like every other fucking magnet ever would. These are planets and moons. Planets and moons. Well, he just screwed one of them up. Every time they'll roll two of them at a time and they'll stack in. That's why they had to bring the moon to the earth in the cuneiform to capture us in our void. Now watch. He's going to take it and move it around and things will follow. Imagine a block stuck in that. Also, all you got to do is move this a little bit. He just tapped that thing. See? And then you're moving everything. That's how we did it, folks. I'm not guessing. I'm telling you, that's how we did it. I also give you a great working model.
It definitely isn't gravity and centrifugal force. It's electromagnetism that holds planets in place. We saw that on a hieroglyph once. It isn't guesswork. I don't need a computer model to explain shit. We just saw shit. We also saw these big turtles and snakes in Alvarado, Texas. Man-made gemstone, hexagon construction. Right there.
The bunker, the students' physical and mental health suffer.
He took students down there. He didn't trust to do it with ill or old people. He took young students down there because he knew, Weaver knew that there would be an effect. So obviously underground, you don't have shenanigans. You only have the transverse magnetic field from in the earth. So by putting them underground, they started feeling sick, having headaches, their circadian rhythm was completely upset.
If you find yourself with these symptoms, I suggest you get over to my post section and start paying attention. Start doing your homework.